Hey guys, if you're new here, welcome to the channel, and if you're not new here, welcome back. My last video absolutely took off when I ranked every character design from Fazbear Tycoon, so I thought, how can I do this again? So I decided to make a video going over a topic I've wanted to discuss for a long time now. I'm going to make a series ranking the incarnations of each of the classic characters from Five Nights at Freddy's. This will include Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, and Foxy. However, I may come back later to rank characters who don't have that many iterations of them, like, say, the Puppet or Fredbear. I want to say Freddy for last, but to start things off, I want to do Foxy. So let's just get right into it. At number 15, our bottom spot, we have the one Foxy to get taken out off screen. Toy Foxy is the supposed child-friendly version of Foxy created for the FNaF 2 location. Although what the character looked like has never been officially revealed, FNaF World and Funko products indicate they used to have a hook and long tail, which just looks off to me. The worst part is that I don't think Toy Foxy ever had a chance of being kid-friendly with a jaw like that. But the reason Toy Foxy is at the bottom is because they are the only animatronic in the series to ever be destroyed by a child. Until security breach, but my point stands, taken out like yesterday's trash. At least they're not security puppet. Taken out by rain has to be the weakest way to go. For number 14, and for a similar reason to number 15's low placement, is Twisted Foxy. Twisted Foxy is a blank white animatronic that uses illusion discs to make himself appear frightening, but his only appearance in the book, well, he never has a chance to even stand up. The design, although cool, just looks like a slightly more organic Nightmare Foxy to me, and all the merch and promotional images of the guy only capture him from the chest up because we never saw what he looked like under that. An absolute shame if you ask me. I love the twisted ones, unlike that dorky Clarence. Number 13 is Phantom Mangle. I'm not a fan of the Phantom animatronics. As a whole, I find them to be incredibly lazy on Scott's part, and Phantom Mangle is a good example of this. The only parts of Phantom Mangle ever actually rendered in-game are the head, which has no body, and this icky thing you can see in the camera that triggers Mangle's spawn. Phantom Mangle does have a cool mechanic and doesn't fuck with you too hard, so I won't be any harsher on them, but I do dislike what they represent. Although it's not as bad as Endo Plush. Number 12 will go to Rockstar Foxy. Rockstar Foxy is a non-aggressive version of the character who can only ever kill you in Ultimate Custom Night on a rare chance. I like his peg leg, but personally wish he looked a bit more like Classic Foxy in his proportions. Now, this may just be me. I don't know why, but I always get this impression that Rockstar Foxy is like super short. Like, most of these animatronics are in the 6 to 7 foot range, but he's got to be like 5'8" maximum. Shout out to all my short kings out there. Except for Candy Cadet. That bastard. Number 11 is going to be Nightmare Foxy. Nightmare Foxy appears in FNaF 4 and has easily the scariest mechanic of the game to me. When he gets into your room, he'll go for the closet, where he'll wait to get into his attack mode. If you ignore him too long, you die. If you see him in attack mode but just hold the light on him, you die. You have to sit there and hold him back, and it's always a gamble. I think what makes this the scariest mechanic in the game to me is just how much time it takes to deal with him, in a game full of split-second decisions. His design is also killer, though I do wish he had his eye patch back in some capacity. Although the lack of a neck on him also makes him look oddly short as well, partially because his shoulders are so wide. In-game it's not that noticeable, but these renders look like bad paparazzi pics. At least he looks better than Plush Baby. Number 10 is going to be Captain Foxy. Honestly, I don't know where to put this guy while I'm writing this, because most of his design is literally just FNaF 1 Foxy, but he's considered a different character. So here he is, Foxy but fixed up, look at him go. Number 9 is going to be Funtime Foxy. Funtime Foxy is one of the scarier characters from Sister Location, and apparently the only character Scott Cawthon actually got scared from while playing through Sister Location while he was making it, as said in the Doco interview. What he doesn't mention is what makes Funtime Foxy even scarier to me, and it comes from these blueprints. You see that little bullet point there about parental voices and whatnot? Funtime Foxy can record a child's parent's voice to lure them somewhere and kill them privately. Reading that actually kinda gave me chills. It's easily the darkest this series gets. Usually the animatronics are only aggressive to adults. Usually. And just like last video, I'm just tossing Lolbit in the spot above Funtime Foxy. Lolbit is basically the golden Freddy equivalent to Foxy, so I'll take it. Just like how I refuse to take Yendo. Number 7 is gonna be Phantom Foxy. Recently, I've come around to the Phantoms as characters, but my favorite is definitely Foxy. Not only is his design the most drastically different, he's also the only Phantom animatronic with a plush or pop figure. Eat my ass, Phantom Puppet. Plus, this version of the character kinda cemented leaping onto his enemy as his thing. Withered Foxy did it first, but Phantom Foxy tells us, no, that's how Foxy likes to do it. He's aggressive as fuck. Unlike that asshole, JJ. Nightmare Mangle is number 6, and replaces Nightmare Foxy in FNAF 4's Halloween edition, making the game harder as a whole. Nightmare Mangle emits a static noise that makes listening in for breathing much harder, on top of Foxy's normal mechanics. It makes Nightmare Mangle just a larger threat overall, and come on, that's a sick design. Even their appearance in UCN as one of the doll animatronics makes them out to be this massive threat. And by God, they're better than, I don't know, Electrobab. Number 5 is going to go to Grim Foxy. Not only is he part of the best segment of FNAF VR, but his design is so badass. The scythe for a hand, the warped metal, and the flaming glow gives him an almost demonic appearance, which makes me mad that we never got a Jacko Foxy in FNAF 4. Regardless, he also makes a cameo in Security Breach, so that means he's a recurring character. Take that, Lemonade Clown. Number 4 is going to be Mangle, just regular old Mangle. I love this character's backstory, and the design lends itself to such creative poses, actions, and mechanics. They're also my girlfriend's favorite characters, so I'm kind of forced to rank them higher out of sheer bias and obligation. Mangle has plenty of theories surrounding their existence, relevance, and why they keep showing up. You want the real reason? It's because in their debut, they didn't have a prefix before their name. Scott never seems to want to give characters more than one prefix in their name. It's why we have Phantom BB, but no Phantom Toy Bonnie. In lore, Mangle's one of the suspects of the Bite of 87, but that's never been confirmed, and to me is honestly one of the weaker theories that people just seem to widely accept, even weaker than that purple guy animatronic hoax. Number 3 is definitely going to get me in trouble, but this is where I'm putting Roxy. I know technically she isn't Foxy, but considering that's the character she replaces in Security Breach, as well as the shortening of Roxanne to Roxy, I'd still consider her a part of the Foxy line. Hell, her attraction is even considered out of order. That's Foxy if I know Foxy. Roxy as a character is easily the most complex on this list, which isn't saying a lot. I mean, it's FNAF characters we're talking about, not exactly Last of Us levels of writing. Her egotistical side is a cover for her low self-esteem, theorized to be brought on by the knowledge she's a replacement, a placeholder for a character that everyone loved so much before. Honestly, honey, I wouldn't be too worried about being able to fill Foxy's lack of shoes or foot covering. On her own, Roxy is able to be fairly creepy with how she stalks Gregory, hunched over and prowling, and can be downright frightening when she catches your scent. For what it's worth, she's easily my favorite character from Security Breach. Hey Pastra. Number 2 goes to Withered Foxy. From a gameplay standpoint, he's the most aggressive animatronic in FNAF 2, and the only time he's ever deactivated is on night 1. Every night after, Foxy will eventually attack, even if he's at level 0 on the custom night. From a technical standpoint, he's the only character you need to use the flashlight for, and the only one without an obvious cue as to when he leaves. He's the most unpredictable character in the game, aside from Golden Freddy, which is kinda why I love him so much. He's aggressive, gritty, and has my favorite jump scare from the entire series. which is something I can't say about this puppet thing from Sister Location. But our number 1 spot goes to the one who started it all, Foxy. In FNAF 1, Foxy sticks out in the best of ways. All of the other characters, while very clearly mechanical, are all in relatively good repair. That's not true for Foxy, who's been torn up and broken, looking more monstrous than any of the others. He's also described with the most character of all of them, with Phone Guy saying he doesn't like to be watched, hinting at a twitchy, aggressive personality. Do I even have to mention the running animation scaring the piss out of me my first time playing? Foxy being so unique in this game led to a lot of fan theories, and my favorite from this era was definitely that he was the one who did the bite of 87, and that's why he was out of order. Aside from Freddy, he's also the only animatronic in this game with some semblance of a voice. And most importantly of all, he was the first animatronic to ever kill Markiplier. And at the end of the day, I think that's all something we could only ever strive for. Especially if you're a shitty mini-arena. And with all that out of the way, episode 1 of the series can come to a close. I gotta admit, this kinda took me on a bit of a nostalgia trip just seeing how the character has evolved over the years. But for better or for worse, this is how I'd stack them all up. I will say this, I kinda hope this video blows up like my last one, because then I might have grounds to get Funko to send me one of the Foxy statues they're working on right now. That's all for this video, but I hope you had a fun time watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, and as always, have a good day. Peace.